Standing at the gates of hell is one of the most frightening creatures of all time, the three-headed hound known as Cerberus. His role? To keep the souls of the dead from escaping. Hesiod, a contemporary of Homer, described him as thus: a monster not to be overcome, indescribable, who consumes raw flesh, brazen-voiced, 50-headed, relentless and strong. Hardly what one might consider man's best friend. Most accounts claim he had 3 heads, but also a snake-like tail and a mane full of serpents. Other writers, such as Pausanias, claim that it was not a dog at all, but a serpent called the Hound of Hades, for its bite was almost certainly lethal. Born of the monsters Echidna and Typhon, Cerberus' reputation, however, was due in part to Heracles, who, for his 12th and final labor, was commanded by King Eurystheus to retrieve the beast. Heracles, perhaps doubting his own abilities, hedges his bets and joins several cults, one of which was the Eleusinian Mysteries. Afterwards, as he makes his catabasis, or descent to the underworld, he encounters the heroes Theseus and Pirithous, held captive for trying to rescue Persephone. He also finds Hades, who agrees to let him capture the beast, so long as he does not use any weapons. With the aid of Hermes and Athena, says Homer, Heracles wrestles the infernal jailer to the ground, receiving many bites from the dog's snake-like tail. The poet Ovid adds, its mouth was venomous, and its drool gave birth to the plant known as aconite. There's always more than one way to skin a cat, or, in this case, a dog. In Virgil's Aeneid, for example, the peripatetic hero, Aeneas, and the seer known as the Sibyl, encounter Cerberus as it lies at the cave leading to the underworld. The prophetess feeds the creature a honey-soaked cake, laced with sleeping drugs. Cerberus appears again in Virgil's Georgics, where he is lulled to sleep by the sound of Orpheus's lyre. Fans of Harry Potter will undoubtedly recognize similarities between Cerberus and Fluffy in the book Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Depictions of Cerberus appear prominently on Greek vase paintings. Here, we have an Etruscan Hydrea dating to 520 BCE, currently in the Louvre collection. It shows Heracles, dressed in his telltale lion skin and carrying his club. He's delivering Cerberus to Eurystheus, who has sought refuge in a nearby storage jar. Clearly, the king's expression of surprise suggests he did not believe Heracles would succeed in capturing the beast. What catches the eye is the use of 3 different slips for depicting Cerberus: red, black, and white. We see serpents not only forming a mane, but also on the paws of the beast. Next, we have an Attic amphora dating to about the same time period and attributed to the Andochides and Lysipides painter. It shows Heracles in his telltale lion-skin cap, kneeling before the beast Cerberus. He's carrying chains. And here, Cerberus is shown with 2 heads, a serpentine tail, and a couple of tiny serpents mounted on each of the heads. Athena appears off to one side. The piece shows the great variability between a workshop in Etruria versus one in Athens. On the other side of the vase appears Dionysus and Ariadne, suggesting perhaps scenes associated with the Greek afterlife. Finally, we have a remarkable 2nd century CE statue group from Gortyn on the island of Crete. It shows Pluto as the god Serapis, and of course, his loyal companion, Cerberus. Less frightening, perhaps, due to the fact that cult statues are typically larger than life size, definitely proving that sometimes a dog's bark is worse than his bite. For more episodes of Magic, Myth, and Monsters, please subscribe to the link below. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing everyone next time on Magic, Myth, and Monsters.